Alrighty, let's do some yoga. Find a comfortable seat. Take a deep breath. Align yourself into your yoga practice today, doing what it takes to become sacred, centered, and silent. And we'll open our practice with a bow or any gesture of your choice. Okay, so let's get right into it. We're gonna start with some armpit stuff. So why don't you grab a block? Our favorite. So let's grab a block or a tiny bolster. And you can start under any arm, and we're just gonna lay our armpits over the block and enjoy the following sensations. If you're super used to this and you want more sensation out of it, you could always add a blanket rolled up underneath for more height. Or maybe you try it in a different position than normal. You could lower it or higher it, lifting different parts of your scapula, but try to take care. Don't put it in a place that feels like you might be hurting yourself. Just find a really nice, tender spot you can apply some pressure to and open up our shoulders today. And why don't we get nice and quiet? Really tuning in to what's here, what's available. Noticing any subtle radiation coming from the armpit area. Noticing directly where the tissues are being compressed, where you feel the pressure, and bringing the mind to the level of the reverberation at the place of the block. Any warmth, any bursts of energy, and just follow that as it expands out into the body. Feeling the interconnectedness of the whole being. Noticing how this one application of pressure is shifting and changing some of the movement elsewhere in the whole system. You can always let go of your head. If you want to try something a little different, the sensation will change. Maybe you like this, maybe you don't. But it's there for you to try. Imagine yourself as light and fluffy here. Being in this pose can really make one feel rigid or tight. But maybe we can just imagine ourselves as dissipating feathers or something soft and squishy and malleable. Our tension is not fixed. We have the potential to let go. We'll be here for a little bit less than 1 more minute. Use your front hand now to push yourself on up and come directly to a seated position. So in between sides, just have your palms up in your lap and just feel the difference. What's happening within the two halves of your body. What did 5 minutes of armpit compression do to your whole body? Letting that go, we'll just go over to the other side now. So propping your block up on the medium height and then finding a cozy little situation here. Wherever you feel like the block feels like it's supporting you best. And then watching, observing the gravitational pull as your body descends onto the support of the block and merges with the floor. Expanding the spaciousness. It could be really subtle, but perhaps there's even a lightness of mood, a change in the thought patterns because of the little happy button inside the armpits. We're activating acupressure points that create a lot of different happy hormones. So maybe it's really subtle, but maybe we kind of notice this effect. Excuse me. If you'd like, you can let go of your head now. Try that on the other side. Take it or leave it. Looking for that moment when the discomfort transforms into spaciousness, into delight, into warm, soothing, healing energy. Giving up the struggle. Maybe even putting a tiny little smile on your own face and sensing if that gesture creates any shifts in your mood or in your level of serotonin. Noticing if it does anything without judgment. It's okay if you don't feel anything. We're just experimenting. A little bit less than a minute here now, just a few more breaths. Good. You can start to use your front arm to push yourself up. And we again will just land in a seat with our palms face up just to feel. Watching the echoes of the pose. Present with what's here. Beautiful. They say that the in-between poses are just as important, if not maybe more important than the actual poses themselves. So it's fun to be present with that every once in a while. Let's set up for a caterpillar now. So if you've got a long bolster, those are perfect for this. I've just got this little one here, but whatever you've got, you can stack and place it on your lap at any height and just kind of find your seat, find your spine, and just fold over as much as you want. And you can let your head just kind of rest in your arms, or you can maybe hold on to whatever bolster you've got and let your head just rest on that. You can roll up a blanket and put it underneath your knees, adding a little bit more of a bend to your spine. Or you could even just bend your knees slightly and see how that affects the different target areas of your caterpillar. Whether you want to feel more flexibility in your legs or your back, that's entirely up to you. There's no need to be completely flat against your legs here. We've got lots of space and lots of props to meet us and support us. Nothing should be forced, no pulling. Getting as yin as possible, really just opening up, dissolving the upright tension, melting. Like water that descends into the earth. Let all the liquidy parts of you just sink down, absorb into your own body, and descend. Maybe after some time, you can lower a layer, going a little bit deeper, but it's not necessary. Just seeing if there's an opportunity for that here. soft, like a little baby hedgehog rolled into itself, super squishy. Synchronizing body and mind, unifying your whole system. Bringing your torso up, light as a feather. Maybe lift your props up slightly just to bend your knees to bring the soles of your feet together. We'll fold over again, this time into a butterfly. But we'll take a moment to find our spine again. Feel the sits bones rooted into the ground, to the crown of the head, rising up to the heavens. And then find what props you'll use to support you here. No props or props, anything goes. And then keeping this straight spine, start to fold forward layer by layer until you feel confident in your resting spot. I'm getting really ooey gooey now. Opening into stillness. stillness reverberate. Listening to the silence. Going beyond thought into bliss, infinite space, wakeful attention, loving awareness. A suggestion now to remove a layer, perhaps. Just noticing if you can go a little bit deeper. We'll be here for a bit longer. Really just feeling this shape, finding the stillness. Experimenting with time. Now, can you imagine that the little bean-shaped kidneys in the back of your body, beneath the ribs, lower back? Can you imagine those kidneys have little tiny smiles on them? Like your kidneys are smiling. They're getting some really good compression right now. So they must be happy. Just noticing again, very subtle awareness. Any small shifts you might feel, you imagine that your kidneys are smiling. A couple more breaths in this butterfly. You can slowly unwind your spine, come back up to sit tall. Gently place your props over to one side and start to roll down onto your back. Going flat down. Maybe windshield wipering your legs. You could bring your knees into your chest. Rocking back and forth, side to side. And obviously taking any movements that your body's asking for. It's always allowed. And let's take a moment to just be perfectly still. In between pose. Just feeling all the little tingly sensations and vibrations that we've created. And grabbing a bolster or a block, we're going to come into a supported bridge now. So you'll just have to come onto your back with bent knees, and then lifting your hips, you could slide something underneath it, any height that you prefer. And just let your arms come to your sides, feeling this lift of the sacrum. The knees are pointing up. The head is the lowest part of the body. We sink in. It's subtle, but a lot is moving. A lot is being undone. It's like a baby inversion, so it still has the benefits of an inversion. Renewal, energy, subtle activation. If you feel like you need more sensation, you could always turn a block to a higher level or add another pillow or blanket underneath. Turning the volume down on the thinking mind. Giving yourself permission to be here without having to fix anything or solve anything or even remember anything. Simply watching as thoughts come and go, sensations come and go. Doing the yoga. Synchronizing body and mind. we've been here for a little while. If you are interested in lowering the block or making the block or support higher, you have an option to do so now. We're a little bit more than halfway through this pose. Feel free to change your props around. Adding or taking away, but returning back to the stillness of presence. If you'd like, you can even extend your legs out long now. That will change the relationship to gravity. It will add more sensation, but you're welcome to try that. If your legs are out long, you can slide them back up and use the soles of your feet to lift your hips up, remove your props, and come back down to the floor. Feel your sacrum flat against the floor. Widen your feet and just knock your knees together. Feel what's here. What do you notice? Where is it moving? We'll end today with a twist of your choice. So, bending your knees, and you could crisscross your legs for twisted roots, or you could stack them. You could stack your knees and let them land on a bolster or pillow, or you could hug some kind of bolster or pillow between your knees. You can get creative or you can stay traditional. Just finding a twist that resonates this evening. Settling here. Finding your meditation once more. letting go of any need to be elsewhere, to be something else, to have something else. Relishing in this very moment, for it is fleeting and it is sacred. Staying connected. Not attaching to any ideal. No judgment. The body being breathed. Dreamlike but awake. We will transition now to the other side. Doing what you need to do to come back to center. Trying not to jostle or disrupt any of your stillness, but taking care to move how you need to. Deliver your props to the other side. And find your twist. Evening out the body. Relaxing into the moment without judgment, without defenses. Permission to just be. Swimming in the ocean of you, allowing your bones to float. Like each cell is a little sailboat floating. And your breath, like the waves, ebbing and flowing. Present moment awareness. Just a few more breaths to release anything else that you may still be holding. One final cleansing breath in this pose. And then you may untwist, come to a flat back, and arrive in your Shavasana. Lowering yourself into the beta waves. Slow brain, low brain. Just feeling without too much cognition. And perhaps your heart is smiling. There be a bigger breath to fill you up. Release the air back out, making up your body with a bigger movement, bigger stretches. Rolling over to one side or the other. Finding a fetal position. Give yourself a little hug. Feel your own embrace. Notice what this gesture offers today. Coming up to sit, to close. Taking your time. No rush. Finding gratitude for our ability to practice yoga. And from this space of gratitude, we dedicate our practice to all beings. May all beings be happy. May all beings be safe. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be at peace. Closing with any gesture or a bow. Thank you.
Thanks.